this comes at a time when the Chinese are indicating that they want to expand investment in the United States and make it easier for Chinese investors, Chinese entities to do the same. So we respond by indicating that in the future, we're looking to limit investments in China enterprises or limits on foreign investments in their financial markets. Now, whether caused by, an algorithm that sees those words or people in general see those words, it comes right ahead of this powwow where we're going to have the leaders of China, at least led by their vice premier, meeting with the U.S. delegation, talking in Washington on October 10th and 11th. And this is just sort of thrown into the mix. Now, we're told that this is not part of the ongoing trade talks, but it certainly puts a wrinkle or maybe even a hatchet in them. Blake Burman has more at the White House on this. Blake, markets are confused. Actually, so am I. What do you make of this?
I just spoke with someone, Neil, about 15 minutes ago or so, a source who is familiar with the matter here. This is the way that it is being described to me, is that right now there is an ongoing policy process that is taking place in which, during that policy process, one of the discussions is that the U.S. might, and it was stressed to me, might limit investment flows into China. A couple things were also pointed out to me, which you hit on. One, according to this source, this was put to me as a way essentially to protect U.S. investments. As you know, the U.S. feels that there are a host of issues once you start dealing with China and protections and companies there and making sure those companies are taken care of. And also it was put to me that this is separate from the ongoing U.S. trade discussions. Now, whether you would like to believe that to be the case is another matter. Remember when we talked about the issue of Huawei, it had nothing to do with trade until it did have something to do with trade, until it had nothing to do with trade. Might this be the case? Might this be another chip, a bargaining chip that the U.S. has at its disposal? Potentially, but I would also stress, Neil, and I always try to side of caution with a lot of these things. This was put to me as an ongoing policy process. There are a lot of ideas that emanate out of this building. Where it escalates to or doesn't is a story certainly for another day. But that's what I can tell you, at least as far as this conversation that I had, Neil, within the last 15 minutes or so. Neil?
I know what you said about the White House thing. It's not part of the trade talks. Of course, it will have a, unequivocal, sort of force of nature of its own on the course of those trade talks. I'm wondering if it's the administration's way of saying, we're upping the ante if you don't come here with some real solutions, with some real offers. And this is among the things we're discussing.
It's possible. It's certainly a good idea on your part as to maybe that's what they're thinking. But also, we don't, one of the things to consider is there's a lot of ideas within this building, and this is something that is right now at least being talked about or kicked around. Is it something that they want long term to be thrown into a trade deal, or they say has nothing to do with the trade deal, or maybe just sort of move the needle or set the tone? I don't know. It's a great question, as you know, Neil. This thing just continues to ebb and flow back and forth. But I'm being told that this has nothing to do with the trade deal. You can believe that if you wish or not.
Okay. Thank you, my friend. Blake Burman.
Yeah.